Hey everybody, Scott with Tango Down Production. Real quick, I'm going to do a review of another weapon system that I possess. And here it is. It's the American Tactical Imports GSG-5, which stands for German Sport Gun 5. A little background on this system. They run about $500 new. If you pay more than $550, you're getting bent over. It's a 22 caliber long rifle weapon platform. This is not a real suppressor on the end. It's simply a can that is threaded on, that's hollow, that goes over the barrel. So anyway, there you go. That's the actual barrel. And the can just slides on and then threads right back on. H&K recently sued ATI for importing these into America without their consent. You can still find these at your local gun shows. Again, more than $550, I think you're kind of getting screwed. Not a bad weapon system to train with. Last summer I did a defensive response training incorporated carbine course, and it was nice because we weren't shooting steel, it was just paper, so I was able to use this. So I think I paid $145 for the course, and then I paid $15 for 500 rounds of ammo, and I didn't even use the entire 500 rounds. So it was really nice to be able to be the one out there who spent the least on the course. Starting off with the weapon platform, back here I've got a 3-position collapsible. Goes to there, and then it shrinks all the way in. So similar to an H&K MP5, you got your barrel sights on the rear, then you got your front sight post hooded right there. Cocking bolt, which is on the forward left side, works just like a real MP5. It has a magazine drop safety, so if I have a round in the chamber right now and I pull the trigger, it will not discharge. It comes standard with ambidextrous safety, so you can see I'm moving the safety there with my left thumb, or I'm sorry, my right thumb on the left side. Majority of this the lower receiver here, the housing is plastic. I wouldn't expect to be, sliding into home base and doing a lot of crazy out in the jungle warfare type stuff with this, but that's not what it was designed for. It's a good little plinker, and it's fun to train with if you're doing some, low speed to medium speed training. I know a lot of police departments kind of jumped on this who are using MP5s. Didn't want to spend a lot of money on the 9mm ammunition. They let their guys train with these, so that is a lot of fun. This isn't an additional part. It comes standard with a fixed stock. I went ahead and put a collapsible on it. I also got a 2-point tactical sling here that is really nice because it allows me to let the weapon system just hang in the front. So that way I can still trap here and come out to target with my secondary. So that's really a nice feature. The red dot that I have on this is a holographic reflex optic. Some of you may have seen these before. There's the optic. I don't know how well you can really see that in there. But anyway, I'm going to be getting rid of this because this particular holographic sight, in extremely bright daylight, it's really hard to find that red reticle in there. So I'm going to get rid of that and probably go with either a closed-in red dot, or I might go back to a crosshair optic if I can find one fairly reasonable that's fairly small, because I don't, you can't really reach out and touch that far with this platform. But again, it's fun to shoot. Same ergonomics as an MP5. Here's the magazines for the weapon system, and I'll tell you right now, that's the biggest flaw with this entire platform. The magazines are polymer, they're plastic, and they are very piss poorly made. They come with 2 finger tabs on the side that you can pull the spring down with to assist in loading them, which really isn't needed, and honestly is a pain in the ass. If you pull it down too far, your rounds will fall and teeter, and they'll get hung up sometimes. And you have 1, 2... Right now I can only count 2. I've got 2 screws essentially holding this or I'm sorry, 4 if you count the 2 on the bottom. So you got 4 screws holding this magazine together. And again, you're putting metal screws into plastic, so you gotta be careful taking these apart because you can strip them out. And I'm never taking these magazines apart. I've got one bad magazine right now. I gotta label it and send it back because it causes stovepipes and does not eject properly out of the chamber, and so I have to take the magazine actually physically out and come up and rack and reinsert and then rechamber the round. So when I'm out there training, that's a pain in the ass. I don't like it. So I'm going to replace that magazine, and that's kind of what you have to do. Depending on your state, if they do allow sale of this, sometimes there are states out there, I know Illinois, California, obviously, you would have to get some different size. I think Maryland as well, you have to get different size magazines. They sell them a 10, and then there's a 22 round magazine. And I live in Colorado, so I can have high capacity all day long. So anyway, that's the GSG-5. It's a fun little gun to shoot. They're about, like I said, they're $500. I think I invested with the sling was about another 30, and the optic, I think I only paid about $50 for that optic. It's not a high-end optic, but it's accurate. And then the stock was my most expensive piece at about $80. So, but it'd be good for. It's actually not a bad little home defense gun if you put some CCI Stinger hollow points in it. You know, you turn on the red dot and you just wait. Mr. Bad Guy comes around the corner and just start aiming for the ocular cavity and just pull the trigger until the weapon goes click. So I'm pretty sure that whatever's standing there won't be there when you're done shooting. So anyway, again, there it is, GSG-5 by American Tactical Imports. It's a fun little gun. If you have any questions or comments about it, let me know, and I will try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. Take care, guys.